What's going on YouTube? In this video we got a nice money play for y'all out of the Los Angeles Rams playbook. The formation we're in is gun empty Y off. The play is called wide receiver poco. This is a really good play that's going to bomb cover 3, cover 2, cover 4, and I'm going to show you how to mix match some routes to beat man coverage as well. So let's go ahead and jump to the practice field and show you how we set these plays up. All right, the first defense we're going to be going against is going to be a cover 3 sky. This is what the play looks like. Couple of things. If you're on the right hash mark, you want your RB receiver to start off on the right side of the field. I say start because we're going to motion them over. If you're on the left hash mark, you want them to start off on the left side of the field. And one more thing, this is not a play for weak armed quarterbacks. You want to have that threshold at least 92 or better. You're going to struggle with somebody like Tua. Even with those 2 burners on the Dolphins, you're still going to struggle. So make sure you have somebody with a decent throwing power, and it just helps having Gunslinger with Kyler Murray. His release is insane. So what we're going to go ahead and do is motion over the RB receiver. We're going to smart route X and RB. It just helps because if you don't do it, sometimes they'll collide and they'll mess the play up. Even when you smart route it, they collide, but it's a little bit later and it won't affect the play as much as if you don't smart route them. And then you're going to go ahead and block the Y running back / tight end. There's a package you can put it where it's a double tight end. It's just a personnel thing, whichever one you prefer. I like having the running back there because against cover 2, we're actually going to put him on a route and catching it with him over a tight end and getting in the open field. I'd rather have the running back, but like I said, it's a personnel thing, whichever one you prefer. A, you're going to put on a streak, and then B, you're going to put him on a drag route. The drag route is just a check down. You could put a slant, you could put a comeback, whatever you prefer. That's just what I prefer. It's not always going to be open, but it's something we can look at. Set up your blocking however you need to get the best blocking. I like to double team one side and shift my O-line to the other side. And we're basically going to throw the ball to the RB receiver to the left side of the field. The cornerback is going to just backpedal, and then A and X do a good job of keeping that safety true to the field, to the middle of the field. Now, sometimes it is going to look like he can play it, but you just want to make sure you lead that ball to the left enough to where he can't even get to the ball. You don't necessarily need a burner, but it does help. You can see right here, the cornerback's just letting us go over top. You're leading that ball all the way to the left. You can see I even struggled with the throwing power I have now. So imagine if you try to do that with like somebody with Tua, you're definitely, you're most likely not getting that ball out there like that. Once again, make sure you smart route X and RB. That is important. Look, that's what the RB smart routed. You can see he's going like about 10 yards and then cutting out. This is with it as a default. You can see it's a lot shorter. It can work this way. It doesn't really matter too much. It's just that you want to worry about that collision. You don't want that to mess up your play. So just make sure you smart route both of them. Once again, block Y and then put A on a streak. Now you can put Y on a route. You can put it on a 5 and in, a drag route, but you want to have that extra protection, especially if they're heavy to that side. You want to make sure you get that block. But if you're confident, with your O-line, you could put Y on a route. You don't necessarily need to block them. Me personally, I'm just going to block them because the defensive end is pretty far out there. I don't want to make sure we put a body on them. I know my left tackle was picking them up, but like I said, but you can see right there, you can see how the cornerback just completely messes up and we get that ball off. I don't know why they react like that. I know I hear people tell me all the time, oh, you can stop this or that if you play over the top. The cornerbacks still play the same. They do that backpedal. They let you pass them. Even if you play over the top, it really doesn't change when we do plays like this. Let's run it one more time. I don't want to spend too much time on cover 3. But just a lot of information I got to get out to y'all so y'all can understand why we do this or why we do that. Once again, set up your blocks. Your blocks is going to help double team one guy, slide shift to the other side. It's going to, improve your pass blocking dramatically. And then right here, once again, that's a little bit better of a throw and catch right there. You don't necessarily need that burner, but it does help. Let's go ahead and jump into cover 4. All right, this is going to be against cover 4 drop. Same setup. You're going to go ahead and motion over RB. Once again, you don't have to block the Y running back / tight end. It's up to you. But everything else is going to be the same. A on a streak, B on a drag. Against cover 4, you can, and actually against cover 3, you don't necessarily need to put A on a streak. I just feel like it helps. You can also put him on a 5 and in smart routed. You can do different things, try it out in practice, see what works best for you. But this is the simple, easy way, universal way to set this play up to get good results. And then once again, make sure you set up your O-line to block as best as possible. And we're gonna do a similar pass to RB. Now it's gonna look like the safety can play this a little bit better than cover 3. He will be a little bit closer, but I promise you, they do that. They basically let whatever receiver's running at them. Speed does not matter. they let him catch up to him, and then they let him pass him up. Now, if they have the speed difference to walk you, then that plays a factor. But to actually pass him up, the speed really doesn't play too much of a factor. But let's go ahead and get this play off for y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And this one, you're definitely going to lead a lot more to the left. That was just a free form that just went way out there. But the cornerback's going to play really low. You're going to pass him every single time when it's cover 4. So you can lead this one a lot more to the left when it's against cover 4. Once again, you just got to practice that free form. And it's harder for me when I'm talking and trying to do it. I mess up a little bit here and there, but you can see what's going on here. Like I said, just go ahead and lead this out. Once again, that was probably a little, that was actually perfect right there. But you turn it into a one-play touchdown against cover 4. Let's run it one more time. You know, I like to show y'all the consistency. As long as y'all can get that pass off. Once again, just like cover 3, smart route X, smart route RB. It does help. You can still get it done without doing that, but it does, you know, prevent that collision from happening a lot more. Here we go. That's a perfect one right there. We got past the safety with ease. One-play touchdown right over top of cover 4. Let's go ahead and jump into cover 2. All right, well, cover 2, we are still going to motion over the RB receiver, but we're going to set this up a little bit different. We're actually going to put Y on a streak, and we're going to put X on a 5 and out. Different things with A you can do. You can put them on a 5 and out. You can put them on a curl route. Doesn't necessarily matter. We're going to be focusing on Y, but I do recommend putting B on a streak to keep that safety, you know, a little bit further to the right side of that field. We're going to open up the middle for Y right here, and we're just going to hit him with the inside shoulder throw. It's going to take a little bit of time for him to get up, you know, past that linebacker. I didn't even freeform it right there. If you freeform it, the ball will go in a lot more. Let me hit you with a freeform right here, though. But the ball will go in a lot more, and you're going to be able to get this pass off. If you have to, just possession catch it. Don't try to rack it. You know, get a feel for the spacing between the safeties. And if you got good spacing, go ahead. And once you pass this linebacker, freeform it, that you can see we get a little bit better of a pass. If you have to rack catch it, if you have to possession catch it, be safe, possession catch it. If you got the room, like right there, I knew I was going to be able to rack catch it. Then you can go ahead and rack catch it. We'll run it a couple more times so you can see that it's consistent against cover 2. Once you pass that linebacker, that's when you're going to go ahead and throw the ball. Right here, that's when you're going to go ahead and throw it. Right there, that's where it's iffy. That just be safe and do a possession catch, because that can happen where, he is a running back, and that's where, you know, it can play a little bit better of a factor if it's a tight end, because they got better catching in traffic. So if you want to do that double tight end set, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Actually, I put him on a streak. We don't want to do that. There is another way you can beat cover 2, but it's not consistent. But let me go ahead and show you real quick. So what you can go ahead and do is literally just put B on a slant and keep everything else the same. I would actually just block A and block Y. Now, the reason I say it's not consistent because that post route, sometimes he runs a short post route and the safety's able to pick it up, but you'll see what happens if we get the good one right here. Go ahead and smart route RB. Right here, we're going to be able to get it off. He does the deep post route, and you're going to be able to just throw it over top. That's another way you can beat cover 2, but like I said, it can be iffy. There will be times where he does a short post and then, the safety is a little bit closer to him so he can play that. But that's how you beat cover 2. Let's jump into man coverage and show you a couple things you can do just in case they're in man coverage. All right, let's go ahead and talk about man coverage real quick. Now, one route I want to talk about is the curl route. You can see we put B on a curl route right here, green. Now, this is probably, in my opinion, I think this is the best route against man coverage, hands down. If they press, if they're backed up, it doesn't matter. As long as you get the timing down and the free form down, this is by far the best route against man coverage. It was in Madden 22. I think just people are afraid to make this pass because if you mess up, you can turn it into a pick. Now, I recommend that you use a mediocre receiver. Now, the reason I say that because if you use a top tier receiver and you blow past the cornerback on a release, it puts the cornerback in a better position to make the pick on a curl route. The animation we're going to get with green right here is the animation you're going to get 99% of the time if you have even the top tier cornerback on you. It does not matter. Just watch what happens. You just got to get this throw down and the timing down. You're going to throw the ball before he turns around. And a lot of times that will happen. You're going to catch the ball to the outside like that. And if there's no safety help over the top, you can turn this into a one-play touchdown a lot. Let's go ahead and let me motion out Isabella because there is a curl. I think there's like a vert hook right there that can help. I'm going to go ahead and put Y on a streak just to get that vert hook out the way. I just want to focus on this curl route. Now, Isabella is not one of the best route runners in the game, whatsoever. And it doesn't matter. This is why I say you can use a mediocre wide receiver. It really doesn't matter. It's just the timing thing. Once you get that timing down, let's go ahead and hit him right here. You're gonna throw it before he turns around, and he's gonna catch it to the outside. Now, when he gets that better animation that Green got on the right side when we threw it to him, he wasn't gonna catch Isabella. That would have been a one-play touchdown right there. This route is so slept on. Now, there's one thing they can do to stop the curl route, and is if they press and play underneath. But when they, and that's why I like to keep one receiver going deep. So if they're playing underneath and they get beat, and let's say we got Brown on a streak right here like this, he's gonna beat them every single time. Playing underneath is very, very risky. That's why a lot of people do not play it unless you got like top tier cornerbacks going against straight up bum receivers. But even if they're just pressing how he is right now, you're gonna get this pass off every time. You just gotta time it, throw it before he turns around. He's gonna get a catch like that. And like I said, you can turn this into a one-play touchdown a lot. That's basically it for this video. I wanted to get that out of the way for man coverage. You know, there's a bunch of different things you can do. You can put RB on a zig route, you know, slant route. There's a bunch of man beating routes out there. But by far, use the curl routes. They are the best routes against man coverage, hands down. I wanted to make a whole video about it, and I might just, you know, because not everybody's going to see this video and probably won't even stay to the end to see it against man coverage. But that is by far, in my opinion, the best route against man coverage. But like I said, that's going to be it for this video. I hope y'all enjoy it. Like I said, this is in the LA Rams playbook. Add it to a custom. If not, if you're already using them, here's some more firepower to, you know, add to your arsenal. But with all that being said, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it.